we're gonna compare. We're gonna compare. Well, let me get my quarantine drink in my Disney glass right now.
Blooper.
That was better. We are gonna compare our Royal Caribbean cruise to our Disney cruise that we took. Okay, hold on. Let me do it again. Okay, ready? Okay.
Quarantine video comparison, take 2.
We are going to do a video that we've been meaning to do for a really long time, and since we are quarantined right now, we have extra time on our hands. So we're going to be comparing Royal Caribbean to Disney. We took 2 different cruises, 2 different times and lanes, and we're just going to go over what we thought and why. I believe we have about 7 categories, and they are the onboarding process, the rooms, dining, and food. We kind of combined them both because I think overall we felt the same. Childcare, and I don't have my glasses. Childcare, the shows, the offboarding, and then the overall process of both cruises and what we just thought. And to help, we're gonna both vote individually, either Royal Caribbean or Disney, which one we liked on those categories and why, and then Joseph will insert video footage of those cruises and the winner and just the overall process. And to help us today, we have our special guest, Eliana Jimenez. Can you tell everybody how old you are?
I'm Eliana Jimenez.
And how old are you?
I'm 4.
Good job, Eliana.
So we're going to compare 2 cruises. Our Disney cruise that we went on and our Royal Caribbean. And Jess is going to post in the dates and the times when we went. We're comparing these 2 because this is when we actually took the kids. On the Disney cruise, we only took... You gave me the battery.
I have another one right.
The Disney cruise, we took our 2 youngest kids, and then the Royal Caribbean, we had everybody. So we're just going to jump right in. So our first topic would be the onboarding process.
The embarkation.
Oh, embarkation. Sorry.
Yes. So embarkation. Okay.
Count 3?
Yep.
1.
You're gonna pick our favorite, right?
Yeah.
Right.
1, 2, 3. Which one?
I got Disney. Yeah.
Alright, why did you pick Disney?
I like Disney because it's pretty. Because when you get on, they announce your name.
Welcome, welcome. What's our family name? Disney Dream. Welcome aboard the Jimenez Family.
Name and they really make you kind of feel welcome, I guess. Not that they don't on the Royal Caribbean ships, but I don't know. I just think the experience is a lot more grand than just kind of walking on. Actually, for Royal Caribbean, we walk in on the promenade section, and there's just a lot of stuff going on, and there's really not anybody there to kind of point you in the right direction, and so, I don't know, I think that's why I like Disney.
I picked Disney. It's interesting for a similar but different reason. So I think looking at it from a mom perspective, like a parent perspective, it was really easy compared to Royal. When we were checking in for Royal, and on Royal, we actually had a junior suite, so we still gotta like bypass a lot of people because there was like a particular like suite check-in. But even with that, like Disney was just easier. You get off we got off the bus, and you had to stay in line for a little bit, but from getting through security and then going up the escalators and just going right to the desk, it was pretty like quick.
Well, and Disney also had those specified times where you could go in, whereas like Royal Caribbean, it was just kind of once you showed up, everybody just kind of got in line to go. So
and then they both have like numbers, so you can't really get on until you have that number. But Royal, I just felt like was chaotic, and then you remember you had to sign up the kids and everything, and so it was just really chaotic versus Disney. Even first time, and that was our first time being on the cruise ship, and we were told it might be a little like chaos. I will say this: when you're going through the security, I would have who went first? I think I went first with the kids, right?
On
So
Royal?
on Disney, so that I could get upstairs and get in line.
I don't remember. I think so.
We had somebody go first so that they can get in line up at Disney. So, but no, I
Disney's
definitely-
better.
Yeah, Disney.
This is better.
Hey, sit down.
All right. Category number 2, the room.
Okay,
All right, who's got the best room?
you ready?
1, 2, 3. Oh, both choose Disney.
It was hard. It was almost
Yeah.
like a tie. I will say the tie.
I
Yeah.
got $1,000.
Which one did you like? Did you like the Disney room, or did you like the Royal Caribbean room?
I work everywhere.
Royal Caribbean, okay. So the Royal Caribbean room, it was bigger, like Marissa said. We had a junior suite. And the reason why we chose the suite was because we wanted room for the kids to walk around. And because we didn't want to be in the cramped ocean view. And then the bathroom, it had a tub instead of the stand-up shower, which in order to give
And
the
we
kids
ta-
baths,
and we take a bath.
that's why we chose.
And then
And the closet, yeah, there was a huge, oh, that's right, there was a huge walk-in closet.
yeah.
So that was pretty cool. But I think with Disney, or at least why I liked it, because you had the 2 separate bathrooms. Even though the room was smaller, I will say that in our specific cruise and in our experience, the host was a lot more attentive on Disney than he was than the one we had on Royal Caribbean.
I agree.
Yeah.
You said pretty much everything I was thinking for Disney. I liked that we didn't have to upgrade to get a tub, and the reason why we went with the junior suite was a little bit of the room, but the closet and mainly the bathtubs. Our kids don't like showers, so
Yeah.
the smaller ones, and so I mean they needed bathrooms, so they need to be bathed, and so we did the bathtub upgrade, and then also the closet because you can't really. We've been on Royal Caribbean before, and you can't really put your suitcases underneath the bed. So coming in with a lot of 5 people.
That's right, we were able to do that on Disney, so yeah.
And what I really loved about Disney, again, coming from a parent and we having a toddler, they had a diaper genie in the room.
Oh, that's
we
right.
had requests, and they're not in Royal. In fact, they don't even, they're like, diaper genie, no. Which is great when you have to read diapers. You can put all your suitcases, as most people know, underneath the beds. 2 people can get ready at once because you have 2 different bathrooms. And then also they had the rails, the bed rails, already in the room for Harrison. So
Yeah.
that was really nice. And it's so magical. It drops down. And you see
Yeah, the
stars.
layouts were the same. They both had the bunk beds, and then the big queen bed, which was 2 twins that are put together. But I think Disney was definitely
So
better.
like a microphone. La la la.
No, it's not a microphone. It's this with somebody talk.
Oh, when somebody talks, but not
Okay.
a microphone.
All right, number 3, dining/food.
So your dining experience, which one did you like? And then overall, so this could be one category or 2.
This is a very difficult one.
Really?
I think so,
Okay.
because
I'm anxious.
yeah.
Okay, let's do the dining experience because you have a particular dining place you go, and then after that we'll vote for the overall food. How about that?
Yes.
Can you
Okay.
do that?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ready? 1,
2.
2, 3.
Royal.
Royal Caribbean.
Yeah. Hands down.
So let me first explain. let me explain this. Animator's palette. What's the princess, the Cinderella, the royal table, I think
Royal
is what it's
table,
called.
There's Tiana,
And
and
then,
the Lake Nemo one.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the different restaurants at Disney's cruise, I think, was really cool because you get to go to different ones. You didn't have to go to the same dining room table like we did at Royal Caribbean. However, I will say that we had the hands down the best waiter ever on
Yes.
any cruise experience we've ever had on the
staff. Oh.
Harmony of the Sea. So,
Alright.
All right, so big shout out to our waiter and our assistant waiter on the Royal Caribbean because I think they together made our experience way better. So I like the different locations, the different venues on the Disney cruise ship. I think that's pretty cool, but I think the Royal Caribbean we had a better experience, and they were so good with the kids too. Like they fed them at times, and then we didn't have like. There's one night where I really wanted the halibut, but then our waiter Joseph told us to get something else. But he actually brought them both out, so I didn't have to choose, and he was really good.
It was a hard choice, but hands down on the Royal Caribbean. I mean, our waiter Joseph was amazing. As a parent, when you go on vacation, you're really hoping to enjoy your trip. And he helped with the kids. He, like, all 3 kids. Our oldest was with us for this trip, and she was like, "I'm gonna be spoiled," because he just like
cut up her food every time.
And like the kids like would ask for apple juice, and they really paid attention. Now, granted, this was a longer cruise, but even on the second day, like he had stuff he knew the kids like they drank. He asked them what's their favorite drink. Were we okay? He just really, the kids were so excited to go to dinner and see him. And I actually got very sick on the Royal Caribbean cruise. Not by Royal Caribbean. I just, I had a horrible infection going on. And I looked forward to just going to see him. I'd be able to get out of bed just to go see him. And with Disney, it was great to go to the different rooms, but it was almost chaotic because you didn't know where you were going to sit. And you still had the same wait stuff, but...
Yeah.
It almost felt like for Disney, especially because you hold Disney here.
Yeah.
That they were just running around. There's a couple times where
it just didn't meet all the expectations.
No, they took a little bit extra long for food sometimes and for kids. But I will say that when we had a meltdown at the table,
the waiters are right there. Yeah.
They're right there, and you don't feel bad on Disney. Like when your kids are in a fit, nobody's judging. Like
and also, actually, Marissa got sick on the Disney cruise too.
No, this got sick.
Well, they sent up a plate. It was on the Disney one too because we were at Animator's Palace.
You remember I had to leave because she got sick.
Oh, sorry. Eliana got sick. That's right. And so they sent the food to the room on Disney. So that was pretty cool.
That was nice because I had to leave. I left early so I could take her back to the room, and I didn't get my food, so they brought it up, and so that was really nice.
Yeah. So our review basically just pertains to the not formal dining, but the main dining experience. It doesn't include like for Royal, the Windjammer, which is also cabanas on Disney, or the little restaurants, the ice cream and that stuff around there. It's just kind of the main dining area. We try to avoid the buffet up top because it's just so crazy. I mean, especially on Harmony of the Seas, which that's a bigger ship anyways. When we took the Disney cruise, we were on the Fantasy, so that was the bigger one as well. But just to have to navigate through all the crowds and everything with kids and strollers, and we chose to do the sit-down dining most every time we could.
Yeah.
So that'd be our recommendation, to do the sit-down and avoid the...
So just the overall food area. Which one
overall food. I'm going to go with Royal.
So I will say the reason why I'm picking Royal. We, again, shout out to our head waiter, Joseph, because of him, he always told us and gave us suggestions every night about where to go eat for breakfast, maybe for lunch that wouldn't be crowded. I don't really care for buffets because I have toddlers and I have to go get their food and then I have to go get my food. And so you're constantly up and down. So if I can avoid that and just do sit down and not pay extra because you're already paying for a cruise, I'm happy. And so he had great suggestions, and the food was always wonderful, and they always brought extras. I think Disney definitely has more like desserts that are better.
Yeah, Mickey bars. Oh.
And just they really try to do the creativity.
But Royal's desserts were pretty good too, though.
Yes, and we did not eat anywhere that was additional charge. We were going to Royal, and again, I got sick, but we were going to eat at the Royal, the fancy.
There's a I don't remember the name of it.
But we did not eat anywhere that cost
that was extra, yeah.
We just felt like we didn't want to do it at this time. Maybe next time or for a date parent date. But overall, I enjoyed Royal.
Yeah, Royal definitely.
Mama.
All right. Category number 4,
Childcare.
childcare. This is a hard one too. Okay.
Ready?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Disney.
Disney.
Yeah, definitely Disney.
Yeah.
Why do you think Disney?
So hands down Disney. I'm very protective. We're
Helicopter parents.
helicopter, and I'm not ashamed to say that. So when we did our Disney cruise, thank you, Leah. My mic's right here. Tap tap is this on. When we did a Disney cruise, I was very hesitant because Harrison was not yet a year, and Eliana was not. Was she 3? She was 3.
Yeah.
She was 3. She just turned 3. So potty training, she was there, but not 100%. So we could pay extra to have them, loving my mic, be in the same room. And I don't mind paying a little bit extra for my mind to just be at ease. And that way
Because she could have been in the big room, but it was from 3 to like 12.
Yes, they separated like 6 months to age 3, and then 3 to the next one at Disney. And we walked around both, but the childcare workers, I think it was like $8 an hour.
Yeah, $8. Yeah, $8 an hour, which is super cheap.
Or $10. No, Disney was a little bit more. It's like 10 and 8 or something like that. But
Royal Caribbean was $8. Disney was
Yes.
$10.
why Disney childcare was a lot better. The reason why I felt as a parent is that just from walking into Disney, and we're helicopter parents, I just felt reassured that my kids would love their experience, and we did opt to pay so that Eliana could be with her brother, because it's from 6 months to 3 years. They can be in the 3-year and up if they are 100% potty trained, and she was, but we just wanted her and her brother to be together. The staff, and this was for a short cruise, they knew her name and Harrison's by the next day. The kids ran to the people. We're getting some YouTube on as we do a YouTube video. But they just really loved on that. Plus, Disney characters came in to greet them.
That's right, they did.
Daisy came. I believe Minnie came
Yeah,
one day.
they had character
They had
experiences come
pictures,
in, yep.
They had crafts.
They had face painting.
Yes, with Royal, which was a little hard, is that Royal Caribbean, they did have a little playground for you outside that you could use. You didn't have to.
Yeah, you can come and go as you wanted.
It was 100% like not watched, all that stuff. But we both said like Royal. I complained a little bit on the Royal staff because there's one girl that I just loved. I could feel really was meant for childcare workers. So there's another girl in there that just probably should not have been childcare worker. She was very frustrated by the time we got there, and it was like 10. They opened up like at 9, and she was just already like having a bad day.
She was probably at the end of her contract, and she was getting ready to leave or something. I don't know, maybe having a bad day, but again, it's just not something that you want to see when you're dropping your kid off. Like you want to see them kind of happy-go-lucky. Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's like first thing in the morning.
Well, especially they just opened up, and we had that experience more than once on our longer trip for Royal. And so with Disney, the kids were wanting to go back all the time.
But as far as like safety and attentiveness and all that, like they're both, really good, because Harrison fell down and he had a black eye, and so they called us, when he was running a fever, I think. So we had to.
And to recap, he fell in our room.
Yeah.
We took him there, and they thought he had a fever. They just wanted to double check.
Yeah. So they're still attentive and all of that. I think again, like with the waiter, your experience with the staff kind of dictates which one you think is better.
Disney was just, they met expectations in the childcare, and I think that they really tried to make sure that the kids had a magical time. Bringing the characters, yes, it's hard for Royal, but Disney was just better.
Okay, what's next category? Shows. Entertainment.
Ooh.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm at a tie for different reasons.
Yeah. I mean, Royal Caribbean had Grease, which was amazing.
Yes.
And they had a ventriloquist, which I can't remember his name, but I'll post a little clip here. And he was fantastic.
I will say, because we have toddlers on Royal, I'm normally the parent that goes back to the room and gets nap times ready and stuff. So I missed out on some of the shows. Disney does a great job for parents that have to do that. They will video or
they put it in the TV in your room.
Live,
So if
yeah.
you don't get to go to the show, you can still see it in your room.
which was wonderful because I couldn't go to one of the shows because we couldn't do the first the Castaway or the Farewell. We didn't get to go to some of those shows because we don't have kids that stay up as late or, like the loudness of fireworks and stuff. But we still felt like we were part of it because we could watch it. With Royal, I didn't get to see the ends of stuff because of that. But yes, Greece was phenomenal. They also do, Royal Caribbean does a really good water show, and the talent
The
that
water
goes
shows.
through that.
Yeah. Water shows
And
are
they
good.
have more than one was just amazing. And what's really cool too is that you can watch them practice.
Yeah.
I really love that. But Disney, they did the Golden
Mickey's.
I cried. I mean, it just really brought you into perspective on why you do family trips.
It was like an award show.
Yes, and you just really got captured into it, and I think that's the purpose of it. But there were more than one show on the Royal Caribbean where you're kind of like, what?
Yeah. I bet if we did a 7-night Disney cruise, it'd probably be a better comparison. But
Right.
again, it's Disney, and like all the characters and everything, and so you kind of know what to expect. Whereas Royal Caribbean, I think they did more original content,
Yes.
because they had a couple of them that they had their own storyline that they
Yes.
made, and you just didn't know what. But the level of talent, I think, was really, really good
Yes.
on both of them.
I would say the only negative really for Disney is that it is a Disney. So like you said, they don't really steer away from Disney themed stuff. And so whereas Royal Caribbean had like Greece and we ever heard that they're going to have
more variety.
Yes, more
Yeah.
variety.
All right, so we'll change that. So category 6 will now be
The private islands.
yeah.
We went to both Disney and
Ports of
Royal.
call.
Ooh.
Ching. Ports of call. All right, so category 6 is going to be ports of call, but we're going to we're going to compare private island as of right now. Okay, so Castaway Key versus Coco Key. Ooh. Okay. Ready?
I think you're going to have more on this.
Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
You do Royal and explain
Well-
why that might be a little different.
Well,
too.
and it's hard. I really should have done both because for the little kids, Castaway Key is a lot better because they had characters out there. They do have a splash pad. They do have childcare on the island
For 3 and up.
for 3 and up.
Potty trained.
Yeah, not for infants. But they have everything else. They have like the snorkeling and the beach. It's like your normal private island. I mean, it's really no difference there.
Adults only area in the Disney on the private island, just like Royal, all that stuff. But you definitely feel more Disney themed on Disney. I mean, you definitely have more kids stuff oriented. I felt like on the Disney.
But now on Royal Caribbean, so we actually paid for the theme park, right? So you have to buy in addition to just going off and just getting a chair somewhere or going in their little lagoon, which that's free. And they have a kids like a ship, like with water guns and everything like that. And that, unfortunately, our experience with the kids, and probably the reason why I chose Royal Caribbean is my favorite, was because our oldest, Avery and I, we got to go on all the water slides, and it's like a water theme park where there really wasn't a lot to do for the little kids. But to be fair, there was a storm that had blown through, and like sand was all over the kids area, so they actually shut down the kids area.
But again, I'm thinking of free stuff too. Like
Yeah.
the free stuff, I think maybe.
If you're gonna pay for the excursion for the theme park, I think Royal Caribbean is probably better. If you've got a little bit older kids, maybe
Yes.
like maybe 8 or 9 and up. But I think for the younger kids, I think probably Disney's better.
I feel like Disney would be better. Royal did have 2 areas designated, and I don't know if we have footage, but if we do, just will put it in right now, of the kids area at Royal Caribbean. They had a cool ship, but we weren't able to get on it. Looked like a pirate ship, and then a little splash pad. And again, because of the sand, we weren't able to do it. The stuff that we paid for, you have to be able to use your.
It's kind of like your
cards.
Magic Band But if you don't have that, you got to use your card to get in.
You
But you know what though? But overall, we even said it probably wasn't even worth it to pay for. If you can do it, they offer a half day.
Yeah.
So if you can do a half day, we'd probably do that versus the full day.
And to be there as soon as it opened up when you can, because from what we heard, the lines got so long that they were waiting so long that they waited forever in one slide, and then you guys couldn't even go on it.
Yeah,
so
like we had to wait a
back.
half hour for the big slide, and so I mean that's a half hour gone. It's just.
And I ended up taking the kids back because it was nap time, and we just really all we were doing, because again the rain came in for Royal. We went, we ate, we got off.
Yeah.
For Disney, we went. It was a beach experience. The kids hadn't been in the ocean before. They were so excited. And then Harrison wanted to eat the sand, and Ellie asked us to go back to the ship to play.
Yeah.
So then we were able to drop the kids back
right.
off.
Yeah.
Since it is a private island, that is a time where we feel comfortable leaving the kids on the ship where we can go. To the
Well, and they gave you
but,
so Disney has these phones that you can communicate. They have two in every room that you can communicate with each other, and so the kids, the childcare area, actually will call you on your phone, and so they can be on the ship and you can be out on out on the island, and you can still receive phone calls from there. So that's pretty cool.
I thought it was just on the ship.
Nope. It was there. It was there on the because remember we had it in the pocket too.
So it was nice for us to go to the adults only area, even though it was like a rainy, cloudy day. It was just fun.
Yeah.
We made the best of it, but I definitely.
Water was still cold on both of them though.
And Disney also offers wagons and strollers and
right.
stuff like that. So we didn't have to pack our own. Like we left them in the room.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to worry about it.
That is true.
Disney also does a great job on having swim diapers and stuff like that. So just in case you leave them in the room, you don't want to run up. I mean, yes, you have to pay like $15 for like 2.
Yeah.
But they at least offered it because Royal, we did not find that.
No, yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna add in another category that we left off. Trying to get this thing
Kid
done.
activities.
So yeah. So we're gonna do kid activities on board the ships. So all right, let's just do it. Right. Gosh, see, that's hard too because.
I think I'm gonna look
For
at
different
different
reasons.
Yeah, different reasons.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ooh,
Fancy.
royal. Okay. All right. So
If you were to ask me really quick about bingo, though, Disney Royal, up your game of bingo.
the water park area, or the water, the pools and the slides and everything. Although I like the aqueduct, that was pretty cool.
That was a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah, aqueduct was pretty cool.
The movies and stuff like
But
that.
I
that
think
they play.
for the kids area, definitely royal for the pools because they had like a like a.
They actually had it divided. I was a little surprised that Disney did not have more for kids. Because Disney, they really get on to you can't have swim diapers on. So if you have swim diapers, you're not allowed in the pool. You can't have your kid like sitting a little bit.
They
like,
have their
kick you
Disney
out.
has their own separate. It was called Nemo's Reef, I think is what it was called. But it's kind of like it's enclosed.
Yes.
And it's only for toddlers or just kids with swim diapers, really. Because I mean, you could be 4, have a swim diaper, and you can't be in the regular pool.
And so that wasn't too bad. I wish they would have regulated just a little bit more because sometimes you get older kids in there and, you're going to knock over a little kid and stuff. But that was nice for them to have that. However, with Royal, they had like 3 separate pools and slides and the whole.
It was like
splash
a water
pad.
playground for toddlers, and then a water playground for the next.
Like
big
swim
ones.
diapers were over here, and then
Yeah.
they had a clear shield and a lifeguard that was monitoring both, and then the next one was for those without swim diapers, and they really regulated that because they made sure hey. But at least the kids that had swim diapers, because we definitely have Harrison and Ellie wants to play with her brother, so they wanted to all play together. They could go up on slides and still enjoy it, and they're right by the bathroom, so that made it nice. But for Disney, we found a pool that wasn't really monitoring, like a little quiet one.
Yeah.
It was like 3 feet, had like one of those little mushrooms in the middle. And there was like 2 other families that had we all had the same age kids. and we all have swim diapers, but it was still like, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they want to be in the water too and splash, not just like have a splash pad.
Yeah.
So
Definitely Royal Caribbean, I think, yeah.
yeah, Royal also had merry-go-round. My kids love that. I didn't think it would be as big of a deal as it was.
Yeah, I think we went on that 20 times, I believe, for the whole trip.
Harrison, if he saw it, he had to go on it.
Yeah.
He was so upset if it was closed. They also had face painting. They had balloon animals going on, all free.
And they had the Abyss. They had the big old slide that comes down.
Scary.
Which I'm going to post Marissa's video right here.
Coming down now. Here she comes. She's going down now. Here she is sliding now.
That's my wife.
Let me clarify that when I went down, they turned off the lights and there was no music. And Avery's like, oh yeah, it's not working. I'm like, what do you mean it's not working? She's like, the lady just said. So I went down pitch black.
Yeah. And then they also had the
Water.
flow rider. That was pretty cool. Avery and I did that. The slides were pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So I think Disney has the aqueduct, which is pretty cool. But I think overall, I think Royal.
I think Disney could have offered a little bit more. Now they do try to do like the whole movie theme in the pool.
Yeah.
But I just feel like geared towards toddlers. They didn't have as many options as they could have. And again, this was just on the Disney cruise ship that we went on.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they have the character experiences, which is cool, and Royal doesn't have that. But, you know, they had parades at Royal, too, that I don't think they had at Disney. Now, Disney has the Welcome Aboard celebration at the beginning, and then they also have Pirates Night, which we didn't do that because the kids were asleep. But, you know, they pop off fireworks. And they also did a couple of shows. But, again, they're at nighttime at like 9 and 10 p.m., and the kids were asleep. I mean, they're not going to last that long. So we didn't really get to do any of those.
No, and I think the main reason why you did this last time with Royal is because we had Avery, so
Yeah.
we just went up to see. But
Yeah.
all right, so the off board.
Okay, so I don't remember what category number we're on, but it's going to be disembarkation. So the getting off process. I don't like either one because I don't like leaving the cruise ships. So I'm going to say they're both terrible.
I will say.
Um,
I thought that they.
all right, well, let's just.
I don't know. I didn't think they were both even.
Yeah, I think so too. Because when we went on our Disney cruise ship, we went to a resort afterwards, which that was kind of cool because we left from the Disney cruise, we went straight to the Grand Floridian. But when we went on the Royal, we went straight to the airport.
I will say this, which we learned a mistake on that, which we'll talk about in a minute. The difference I felt is that we got off. We had an early time for both of them, and so we got off and got on a boat or a bus. But because it wasn't full, they wait until that bus is 100% full.
Yeah.
And we were on the Disney bus waiting for an hour before we left. I was very frustrated because we've been debating, you know, Disney, you get the theme, you get into it by getting on their buses, right?
Yeah, the
But
Magical Express,
but
which you still have to pay for the Disney Cruise Line. That's not a free thing like it is when you go to the parks.
So we had debated getting not Uber, but getting
Like the minibus.
a minibus or even a car lift or whatever. This next time if we do a Disney cruise, well, we will be doing a Disney cruise, but I'm pretty sure we're going to go that route because I didn't like waiting for an hour. We had snacks, we had diaper change, we got in the bathroom, all this stuff, and then we sat there. So by the time we took off, the kids were starting to like melt down. Like snacks were getting scarce. I'm like,
yeah, I'll say that. So I would say if you've got a lot of patience and you don't mind waiting, the bus transports that either take you either to a resort or to the airport, I think are just fine. But if it's in your budget and if you can afford it and you don't mind doing something a little bit more personal, highly would recommend either getting a car or an Uber or some sort of like Mears shuttle van or something to take you where you need to be, because I mean, we had to wait a long time.
And with Royal, we just happened. Royal, it was a little bit more chaotic getting off, but the offboarding or disembarking, we were able to eat at one of the restaurants, which is great.
Yeah.
And so again, we had service. But the walking off was a little chaotic to get to our, if you remember,
Yeah.
like to get to the buses to go. But we got on perfect time. We were like the last family, still got our chairs, and then like 10 minutes later we were leaving.
So I guess it really just depends on what time you get off the ship. If you're one of the early birds and you get on, I mean, maybe the experience is a little bit different, but I don't know.
Maybe going to like the airport or something. So like Joseph said, just really quick, if you're thinking about doing Disney cruise and you want, or in a cruise in general, and you want to stop at Disney World before or after your cruise, what should you do? My recommendation is do it beforehand. The reason why, you are tired when you get off a cruise ship. We thought after just a 3-night, 4-day, we could do 1 day of Disney, not a big deal. Half day, it's okay.
Yeah.
Kids were done.
They're tired.
They had a 4-hour nap, both. We
Yeah.
ended up having to cancel reservation. Really, we just ended up hanging out at the resort. Me
Yeah.
and your dad were able to go hang out, but
When we did the Royal Caribbean, we actually did a day of Disney before a 7-night Royal Caribbean, and I think that went a lot better.
and that includes a rainstorm. But we didn't
Yeah.
go to Disney. We just stayed at a Disney resort.
No, we did. We went to Disney because he got his haircut. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thought-
Okay, so overall, what would you pick? Disney versus Royal Caribbean. Disney versus Royal Caribbean. Overall.
Right?
Right, yeah. 1,
2.
2, 3. I kind of like them both.
What is Disney? So if it was just you and I, Royal.
Although I like Disney too, though.
But if it was the family,
We got little ones, so Disney it's got the characters and everything, and it really works out. And Childcare is really good. The themed rooms, which I kind of wish that I could go in the themed room because they have the Millennium Falcon, which is pretty cool because I'm a big obviously I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. But Royal Caribbean is pretty awesome too, though. So I think maybe, like you said, for just us.
for just us, the adults area, comparing Disney, the Royal, I mean, just everything else, I love Royal. But for the kids, for a family, Disney just does such a great job overall and making you feel magical. They have so much stuff on the cruise ship, like hidden Mickeys and then penguins that come to life and a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
The best thing, the character meet and greets. I mean, they're every day and they're different characters, or the different characters in different outfits. We saw Belle going to the library.
That's right.
Goofy, I think, sleepwalks, right?
Yeah, he does
We didn't see him,
sleepwalk.
but we heard people see him.
But then on Royal, you have the piano guy.
That was the coolest thing to see.
Yeah.
However, I will say this: it was worth the money because Disney is more expensive. When I have Eliana running down towards our room in an Elsa dress, and she's singing, and people are saying, "Oh, hi, princess! Hi, princess!"
Yeah.
And she's just truly being a kid, like no care in the world. And you're dancing and you're singing with your kids, and you're making those magical memories. We had good memories too on Royal, but even when your kid's like throwing down a tantrum, which is gonna happen on Disney, you have cast members coming to help you or try to cheer up your kids, and nobody's judging. When we had tantrums on Royal, people are looking at you like, why'd you bring your kid on the cruise? I still remember that old lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will just say overall, I felt when you have stresses that come with having kids and you're trying to do a family vacation, Disney just does it better on making you be able to relax. And that's the first time I felt with a family vacation I relaxed. And we were still able to, because they have a wonderful childcare area, we were able to go and enjoy a spa, an adult area, the adult area and stuff.
Yeah.
And have some fun too. So
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. So let us know down in the comments down below what you guys think. Disney
What's your
versus
favorite?
Royal, or if you have a different one, like Norwegian or Princess or Holland America, whatever. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys. Go check our other videos where we're actually out traveling. And if you don't know that much about us, then check us out on social media. So we will talk to you guys later. You guys have a magical day.